Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Radically Real. I'm very excited to finally have, it's okay, I'm just fucking with you, Miki Lorren, the political mixter, with us today. We just had an amazing conversation. As you guys know, I always do that, and I said, fuck, we gotta stop this, we gotta stop. We have to record. Miki, tell everyone who you are and what you're up to.
Hello, my name is Miki Lorren, and I used to say socio-political commentator, which I would still say, but now I'm kind of just going to shift that into, because the world's going crazy and I'm sick of it, and I'm not picking sides anymore.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm just here
exactly.
to make fun of everyone. I'm also a tomboy advocate, so I've been spending the last couple years creating a platform and a message to save young tomboys from the dangers of gender ideology, because they keep being told they're transgender and they're not. They're just little masculine girls, and that's
Well, a
okay.
funny story about me is that I was a tomboy.
You're not transgender?
Well, people thought I was gay at that time. Like, we're talking back in the 90s, so that shit wasn't a thing back then. But
Right,
everyone
right.
thought I was gay because I dressed, like, just more masculine, I guess. Like, I'll have to send you some pictures. God, people were like, yeah. So I used to wear, like, the big fat pants. It's a raver, too. And I would wear, like, men's dress shirts and, like, a tie. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because you were wearing a tie, I thought you were gay. And I'm like, what, does just, like, I put on a tie and all of a sudden I'm a homo? Like...
It's homo code.
Yeah, yeah. Is that what it is? They're like,
Sometimes.
"My gaydar's going off, she must be gay." But,
You
like,
didn't have a slit in your eyebrows, because, like, if you did, then of course they thought you were gay.
Vicky, I didn't have eyebrows.
So that's right, we talked about this.
There was nothing to slit.
You didn't draw a slit in?
No, but I probably could have. They were like, it's like a line, like, you can even see what hair is left over, which is not much because I have to fill them in to make it look like I have eyebrows, which people love to point out on the fucking internet.
Your
Like,
younger days are catching up to you.
yes, 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 they are. I'm like, it was the fucking 90s, like, okay? But anyways, yes, I was a tomboy. Like, I always, like, was never into, like, a girly girl. I'm still really not. I don't love to, like, get dressed up and, I never was just into that. And I always had a hat on, and yeah, people thought I was lesbian. I mean, if it was this time, people probably thought I was trans. Would
One
think I was trans.
100%. I actually it's so scary how predictable it is at this point. I'm gonna tell you a story. I had someone, I met this girl who was a tween. I'm not gonna give specific details because
No,
I don't want,
yeah.
tween. And the moment I met her and I looked at her, I immediately was scared because I could tell that she was of the target audience for gender ideology and she would be targeted. And as far as I knew, that hadn't happened yet. Right. But she had the short hair. She was really, really shy. Um, not girly. And I'm like, oh gosh, I hope they don't do anything to this girl. Um,
She was in the school system.
mhm.
Mhm.
I ended up, uh, her parent pulled me aside, ended up messaging me, why, not long after that, said, I'm trying to not give this away. Basically, that their daughter now wants to identify as a boy. She's been feeling this way for a while, and it was suggested to her by the counselor
At school or
for
at school?
several years. Several years. So it's to the point where you can literally predict it. Like you today probably would have been trans. Did they try to do it to me? And they're doing it back to back to back right now as we speak to these vulnerable young girls.
That is insane. Like, I can't even I think about that because of, like, how much of a tomboy I was. Like, I mean, I always wore makeup, so I just don't understand. But, um, I think about that. I'm like, "What would have happened to me?" Because, like, I'll send you pictures. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit, yeah, you were a tomboy." Because first of all, you have a lot of people saying that it's not happening.
Yeah, a lot of people who are just convinced it's an issue we're making up in our head to attack trans people. To
Well, and the other thing that I think is crazy is that child therapists or psychologists are being told they have to affirm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, what? Should we not be questioning this a little bit? Like,
And these same people who spend years of their life studying the development of the human brain
Should know
can't seem to
this.
get it through their developed, supposedly developed human brain that their brains are not developed.
Yours isn't even fully developed
I
yet.
know every day I'm like, man, I can feel my frontal lobe developing. I like onion now. You know, like, good thing I didn't chop my tits off.
Like, we're laughing, but it's actually terrifying
It's like all you can do because it's so sad. It's like,
because it's
no
so
way this is
sad.
serious.
I know. And it's like, because we talk about this type of this topic, it's like I don't hate gay people. I've
Mm-hmm.
had lots of trans people, gay people, people from Gays Against Groomers on my show, and I have lots of people like that in my life. I just don't want you to cut healthy body parts off of children.
That's literally all it comes down to is stop
Oh,
talking to kids that aren't yours about sexuality and stop telling kids they're born in the wrong body and inherently flawed.
so simple.
It's not that hard.
It's so
It's
simple.
called staying in your lane.
Yeah, so fucking simple. And keeping men out of women's sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why were women's sports created? I talk about this. I made a post the other day about what does that? A.B. Hernandez?
Maybe her in California.
And they were like, oh, A.B. Hernandez forced to share the podium with cisgendered girls. I'm like, I'm sorry, they were forced to share it with him.
No, 100%. I think it said this was like either the second or third championship that he's won. And there's actually one parent, I forgot, I need to find it. She has gone up directly. I found this video and I followed this mom, went directly up to his parents and was like, "Why are you letting your son compete against girls? What is
Yeah.
wrong with you?"
Like,
I don't get it. And also, and just overall, like in Australia, they just had a case they lost. I don't know if you heard about this, Giggle versus Tickle. It was like Giggle, which is a social networking app for females, for women. They lost a lawsuit that had been going on 4 years to a man. To a man. We are so screwed. We are so screwed. I don't even,
we are.
everything's backwards.
Everything is backwards.
I just feel like we jumped into a different timeline at some point because no way this is
I
real.
literally made a post about that last week. I was like, "Do you ever fucking sit here and wonder, like, what the fuck timeline am I in right now?" And, like, it's absolutely insane.
It's like
I
every day it gets worse.
I know. I know, it's so bad, but hey, at least I can draw my eyebrows on. Um, I look at shit like that, especially with that AB or AB or whatever the fuck his name is or her name is. Why can't they have their own category? That's why women's sports were created,
Right.
so that
So they
women
wouldn't
had
have
their
to be
own category because
mhm,
men's bodies makeup is different.
100%. And I don't understand. They're like, trust the science until you bring the science up. You're like, okay, men have larger lung capacity. Maybe
Bigger chest cavity,
bigger heart.
stronger bone density,
Exactly.
like, there's so that's Phoenix just let me just come into the show. I don't understand how they don't see it. That's why women's sports were created.
It's like an indescribable level of cognitive dissonance.
It's I just yeah. I mean, there's literally no other way to put it. And here's the other thing, and I've talked about this before, is that I believe that being transgender is a very real thing. I think that it's becoming like a fashion statement at this point.
It is.
And then you have people coming into their 20s going, "What the fuck did I do? What
Mhm.
did I do to myself?" Because they weren't actually trans, they were just gay.
Yeah, it's really sad to see. And I was actually this reminds me, I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and I was in shock because I was thinking back to when I was a child. And I'm like, when did I first hear about the idea of being transgender? And I was thinking and I was remembering. I was like, oh man, I used to watch when I was 10, maybe. I Am Jazz. I used to watch that. And I remember being a kid and being like, oh, okay, like people, she's a girl, I guess, but she was a boy, but I guess she's a girl. And that happens sometimes. And just thinking as a kid, like trying to understand and, okay, this happens sometimes. And then just thinking back and even as a kid, I was like, man, they've been pushing this on us for a long time, even to the point where I thought, "Oh, okay, as a kid, that this is a thing.
That
This
is
is totally normal.
insane.
This happens." And now I've grown up and I'm like, Oh, yeah, 10-year-old Mickey thinking that was normal, I mean, even in, going to school, I knew some people who were, you know, on hormones and getting these surgeries 17, 18, and it makes me I don't it's so hard to say, but it makes me sad because
Yeah,
I
makes me
just
sad too.
it's so young to make that decision and seeing what these people went through, and just I don't know, just knowing that your brain wasn't even developed and this is what they told you was okay. And I even had friends in high school tell me, "Oh, I'm non-binary," and all my friends and I would be like, "Oh, congrats on coming out, yay!" And part of
That
me
one
just
I just
thought,
don't understand.
no, I'm like 17 years old and everyone around me is like, "Yay, congrats on coming out." And I'm like, "Yay, this seems a little weird, but okay, I'll call you they." And
Woohoo,
looking back,
I
I'm like,
don't know
"No,
what I am.
you're out of your mind. Shut up, you're not a they. You what's in your pants?" And just looking back, like, man, they've been pushing this on us for so long to try to normalize it. It's scary.
I can't even imagine, so my daughter's about to turn 8, like, I can't even imagine letting her watch that show. Can't even imagine that.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube and it just became my I don't know why. I was like, wow, this is very, and I don't understand it. I'm gonna keep watching to try to understand it.
I think, like, so my kids, they don't have iPads, I took their iPads away, over a year ago, have not given them back. They watch on YouTube, I let them watch, Bass Fishing Productions. Have you seen that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he's in Florida. Um, such a cool thing, and that because of that, my son, like, knows every fish, like, he'll be like, "This is, blah, 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 blah," and I'm like, So I'll Google it, and I'm like, "Okay,
I relate to your
it's a
son.
real thing."
I do the same thing. I just watch Florida fishing videos.
Well, so they watch that, and then they like to watch Twin Paranormal, so I let them watch that, and that's it. Nothing else. But my daughter, like, I went into her room, and she was able to figure out YouTube Shorts on her TV, and I
Um,
went in, and I caught her watching the YouTube Shorts, and I was just like, "What are you doing?" Like, she's 8. She's gonna be 8 in, like, a week and a half. I was like, "Do" I was like, "You are not," like, I said, "If I catch you watching YouTube Shorts, because that just fries their little brains, right?" I said, "If I," and ruins their attention span as
oh,
well.
yeah.
I said, "If I catch you watching this," I was like, "I'm gonna take YouTube off your TV, and you're not gonna watch Twin Paranormal ever again." And her face was like, and I'm dead serious, if I go in there and catch her, I'm taking the app off her TV. It's not happening. You're not fucking frying your little brain with the dopamine hits. And who knows what will come up, because on the TV, it's YouTube, like, adults.
And YouTube Shorts can be unpredictable.
I
So
know.
I think it makes me sad most parents aren't like that nowadays. I used to work in the restaurant industry and I was a server, and the amount of times I can't
I
even
know what you're gonna say.
just parents come in and they throw an iPad in front of their kid.
I know.
And I'm like, what's the point of going out for a family dinner if you're just gonna throw an iPad in? Just send them home with a babysitter at that point. Like, people don't want to parent, and
Insane.
wherever you go, their
Insane.
kid's just like,
Like this,
"Watermelon!"
or at the grocery store, and the kid's like this.
Literally, and it's oh my god.
I'm like,
Your kid's
and
gonna
then
be paralyzed by the time they're 12.
my kids are like, "Oh, well, they get to do that." I was like, "Cool." I was like, "You don't."
They'll thank you later. They'll see why.
100%. And because I'm a parent, and I had kids later in life just because 'cause I've had businesses and I just waited to have children. So my kids are little, like, I have 8, 5, and 2. So, like, littles. And, like, people don't want to parent. It's easy to hand them an iPad and let them watch YouTube and
Mhm.
have an hour of quiet, because it is quiet when they get their hands on that, because it just sucks their little brains in. So I understand why parents do it, because I am here 24/7. Like, I get it. I homeschool them. I'm here with them every single day, all day. Like, it would be very easy for me to be like, here's your iPad for 2 hours so I can just not be a parent for 2 hours. But, like, why did you have kids?
Exactly, that's the point. You wanted to be a parent, so be a parent.
Parent them. Fucking do something with them. How about that? Go outside with them. Do a
You know,
craft, paint something.
it just melts my brain. It just melts my brain. It really does. It makes me so sad. Like,
I
I'm
know.
scared for Gen Alpha to grow up. They're gonna be brain fried, drooling from the sides of their mouth,
They'll be at
and
the
unable
grocery
to
store
speak
not knowing how
past
to shop because they don't have a phone to watch.
they don't know their left from their right, and all they can say is "yeah" and, like, "we're cooked," and,
I
like,
know.
these internet phrases.
It's insane. And I see it all the time, and just because I am the kind of mom that I am, I'm just like, "What is wrong with you? Like, why like, what are you doing?" Especially at the grocery store, like, that makes me insane because they literally are drooling sometimes with the phone, like, this close to their fucking faces. They're just
And it's
like,
on full blast.
"Yeah." It's like, "Are you blind too?" Because you're it's like and the mom just does not give a shit because she just wants to grocery shop in peace. Do you know how fun it is to grocery shop with your kids? I think it's fun. They are so cute, and the things
Engage
that they
them.
what a weird concept. What talk to my kids? What? What? I know. I know. Girl, trust me. Do you ever wanna have kids? Do you wanna have kids one day?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, this has been talked about, so that's on the agenda. That's all I care about.
Yeah, it's the best thing in the whole world, and I always say, like, I wish I had started having children sooner so that I could, number 1, love them longer and, like, have another one, have more, and at the same time, like, I just think to myself, I wouldn't have these kids if I had done that. So it's just like,
Mhm.
one of those things. But
Yeah.
I always tell people that like I put my career before everything and I owned a brick and mortar business. So like I was determined to make that work so that when I did have kids, I didn't have to be there all the time and that's what I did. But I actually walked away from it. A lot of people don't know my story is I owned a very successful multiple six-figure hair salon and I closed it in the middle of the best year that we were ever going to have to be fully present with my kids and be able to be here with them and homeschool them and just build life digitally instead. Yeah, we moved provinces. We sold all of our stuff. We moved to a new province so we could have a bigger house, more property, so I could have chickens. I have chickens.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the best. And a vegetable garden, just like living the dream. But I walked away from it all. I didn't sell it. I shut the doors. Walked
Wow.
away from it all. Told my staff they were like I had a fully functioning salon, hair salon, fully staffed, like client I did hair for 17 years. That's why I didn't want to cancel. That's why I had to move our 30th one because I made that hair appointment and I forgot and I was like, I can't cancel because I know what that's like. I was like, I'm not going to cancel on her. It
You're all
took me a
good.
month to get the fucking appointment. So I was like, I'm not moving this. But I walked away from all of that to be fully present with my kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think people truly don't understand, like, which I've started to realize too, is like the whole point is to have kids, you know?
Yeah.
That's the entire point.
And I know people don't agree with there's a lot of people that don't agree with that, like these childless proud to be childless women, and that's okay if that's what you want, but, like, your life could be so much better.
It's definitely a trend too. It's a rising tide to be a childless couple or childless woman. And it's like, when it comes down to it at the end of the day, when you're 70, 80, 90 years old, who's going to be taking care of you? Like, you're going to
Because all
have,
your people are gonna be dead.
yeah, your siblings can't do it. Your parents are going to be gone. Like, that's the point of a family is to keep it going so you take care of each other for the next generation. You're just ending a bloodline and letting yourself you're doing it alone while you're at it.
And, like, I see the posts where they're like, "Oh, like, went on vacation," or d whatever
But yeah,
the
I've seen
posts
that
are,
one
and
blowing
I'm
up.
just
Yeah.
like, "It must have been boring." It must have been boring, like, you know? I I can't even imagine, like, my life without my kids. Like, I just can't, which is why I gave everything up, gave it all up. And, I thought to myself, just because I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years, I was like, I can rebuild income again. I can do that again.
Mhm.
I'm not worried about that because people thought I was crazy for closing because of the money. People think everything is about money. And at the end of the day, it's just not. It wasn't enough to keep me there. Like, don't get me wrong, it sucks to not have the income that I that is it's sucky, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, you traded it for fulfillment.
Yeah, because I was unfulfilled behind the chair and running my business, like
Yeah,
and, like, I get people are like, "You're crazy, I can't believe you're doing this, blah, 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 blah," and I'm just like, "It's just money. Money can be made again."
exactly. You can always start working again, but you can't always have kids.
You can't always have kids or you can't always, like, spend this much time with them or enjoy them when they're little like this because, like, in the States, it's even worse. Like, you don't have maternity leave in the States. So, like, moms are handing their babies off to, like, fucking strangers when they're 6 weeks old.
Right.
Your baby's still, like, this big when it's 6 weeks old.
Yeah, no. I never understood that either. I'm like, we really only expect mom to stay home for like a month, maybe 2, and then go back to work. Like, that's not how we're wired.
No, and our hormones take 2 years or more to re-regulate after having children.
And even for the baby too, like that baby needs mama. Okay, mama don't need to be at work.
When you have children and because you're entrepreneurial, like, you're not gonna have to do that, you're gonna be like, "How the fuck did people do this?" Like, so with my first, I had to go back after 6 weeks, but I didn't go back full time. But because it was my business, I had my name on the sign, like, I couldn't not be there. I remember being 7 days postpartum, and one of my girls called in sick on prom, so I had to go in and this is gonna be a little graphic, people, so cover your ears if you don't wanna hear. Some of you already know. So my firstborn got stuck on the way out, so they had to cut me to the edge of my asshole to get her out. So
Mhm.
I had, stitches from my vagina to my butt crack. Yeah. And I ended up getting infected, and I was working at the salon because someone called in sick for prom. Like, you've got these teenage girls, it's like, the most one of the most memorable things in their little high school lives, and their hairstylist doesn't come in. So
Yeah.
I'm in the salon, like, barely, like, walking like this because I barely alive, 7 days postpartum
Wow.
working in the salon. And so I had to go back part-time. And then with my son, I was off for about 8 weeks, had to then have to go back part-time, which is fine. It's like my husband and my mother-in-law were helping, so it was whatever. And then with my third, I was like, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. I'm done with this shit. It's not happening. And I knew that I wanted to homeschool. And that's what we did.
It worked out exactly how it was supposed to.
Well, that's exactly it, and I think people get so, like, wrapped up in money that they think there's nothing better than that, and it's like, there is actually.
There's fulfillment.
There's
Right.
fulfillment in being a parent, there really is, and if you don't want kids, I think that that's fine. I think it's very sad for people that don't want them,
Yeah.
or
But
I'm
it
like,
definitely used to be a lot lower of a number of people that didn't want them. It's sad to see that it's a trend now.
"Yes," and people
Yeah.
think it's like a flex.
It's not.
I don't think it is either, like, I look at people and I'm like, "Okay, if that's what you want," but, like, some of my
I
best moments, I'm like, with my kids.
I texted my girlfriend the other day and I said, "I need a baby right now." Because and she was like, "That's not gonna happen." I'm like, "I know." But I was in the pet store and this little boy in a onesie ran up to me, like poked my leg and he went, "Hello."
I
I went to my car and I cried. I was like, "Oh, so cute. I need a baby."
your ovaries are like, "Look at that, look at that."
They're
You were
straight.
probably ovulating. Were you ovulating?
Uh, no, I don't know, honestly. I don't
I
know.
bet you were if it was like because we do get those, like, intuitive hits when we're ovulating, right? So,
Mom
you know,
instinct kicking in.
if it was 10 to 14 days after your period, you were ovulating.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't our bodies crazy?
They let you know.
They
They let
let you
you know.
know. They let you know, and it's wild, let me tell you. And then you have these men that pretend that they can menstruate, and I'm like, "No."
Yeah, sorry, putting a tomato juice pack up your booty hole is nowhere near the equivalent of being a woman. Okay.
Like, I see some of those people, I see some of these posts, and I'm just like, "Bro, you don't want a period, okay? Like, it's your uterine lining shedding out of your body."
It's not pleasant at all. And no, nothing about it. Like the the mood swings, okay? The headaches, the grogginess, the pain, the inconvenience of it all.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
would you want to you masochist?
period leaks that ruin your pants.
Right. The
Like,
fear of standing up from a chair. They will never understand the
they
fear
will
of
never
standing up from a chair.
and wondering.
Yeah. Or saying, "Can you check me?" They don't know what that means.
No, no.
Check what? Exactly. You're not a real woman.
After kids, I'm an open book. I don't give a fuck. After kids, my periods were so heavy that I couldn't even wear like a super long, like super absorbency pad. It would leak. Yeah, so I have to wear a Depends for the first 3 days of my. It's so bad, so bad. Yeah, it's like Niagara Falls after my children.
Oh my
But
god.
but yeah, they just think they just think they want to have a period. Okay.
You listen up, men. Does this sound appealing to you?
And then, like, I don't know if you get heavy periods, but, like, you could just gushes out of you. Like, it just, like, and you can feel it. Like, I always know I'm like, "Fuck me." Just got my period.
My life-changing discovery was using a Diva cup.
Yeah, and, I've never used tampons. I've always been, like, a pad girl. I have used tampons. I just don't like them. Just the idea of, like, having something in there, I'm like,
See, the tampons, I was like, "Oh, but they're, like, toxic and they have lead in them." But these ones, they're silicone and they're non-toxic, and you can leave it in all day. It
"Okay."
doesn't poop, and you don't feel it. And I forget I'm on my period.
I wonder if I like because I've never tried it, but because my flow for the first like 2 or 3 days is very like intense, I don't even know like
You'll probably just have to empty it more often, but they make different sizes. So they have a size for, uh, like, if you haven't given birth before, that cervix size,
yeah.
and then for if you have had a child before. So they make different ones, but, I mean, life-changing discovery for me, to be honest.
And I guess I could give it a try. Then I see those ads for like period underwear.
I would not do that. No,
Me
I am
neither.
not
And I'm like, it would
watching
be like coming out the sides.
So if you're listening to this right now, ladies, here are some different period options you can choose from.
And boys, I hope this made you realize that you cannot and will not ever have a period.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you can listen to this and try to understand your wives a little bit more instead of
My
trying to be your
God.
wife.
I see, oh fuck, Lily Tino. Oh, there's a video I had, like, duetted with Lily, and, he was talking about a uterine transplant, and he was wearing, like, a doctor jacket and stuff. I was like in the video, I was like, "Lily, what are you wearing? It kinda looks like you're trying to look like a medical professional right now. Like, what are you wearing?" And talking about, like, it could be possible for them to have uterine transplants, and they would have to have C-sections, and I'm like, "Well, let me tell you have a C-section, you know what it feels like for a month? Like your insides are falling out of the front of your body. Because 'cause I've had 2.
They still want to glorify it.
It's like, girl, do you know what it's like to, like, walk around holding your belly because it literally feels like your intestines are gonna fall out?
I also don't think these people, they don't understand biology at all. You can get a uterine transplant, but that doesn't negate the fact that your chromosomes still do not support that
Pregnancy.
pregnancy. That you need you know how many systems play into pregnancy?
You
How
would
many
need
hormone and endocrine systems and what you like what?
You would need so much, like, injections of, like, artificial hormones pumped into your body in order to support a pregnancy, like, I think this is what gets me about this whole movement is it's like our bodies as women are so amazing, and like, the changes that they go through, like, to think that when I made my daughters I gave them or made them every single egg that they will ever have in their entire lifetimes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, I just don't think that they think of the everything.
It's a very complex system.
Yes, we are very
Got it.
complex beings, women,
We're literally growing other human beings,
like,
okay?
uh, like literally growing humans, like actually.
You cannot mimic that.
You can just don't understand the thought process of being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get a uterine transplant." Like, their rib cages aren't even built for that either, because when you're pregnant one day, you'll see this. Your intestines and your organs move up so that your uterus can grow. So your intestines are all here when you're pregnant because everything squishes into your men's bodies are not meant to do that.
Mm.
Imagine them complaining about their organs moving. Like, they can't even have a cold.
Right, they can't even have a runny nose without crying about it. Oh,
Yeah, that's the world that we're living in.
Have mercy.
I know. When I was in high school, there was gay people, but there wasn't there was never a transgender person ever when I was in high school or
And
elementary school.
this just makes me like, part of me, I think about it, I'm like, I feel bad for the actual transgender people because there are actual people out there like Blair White, Buck Angel, this and that, who have, they go through, everything they need to go through in order to pass as much as possible. They also acknowledge their biology, but
Mhm.
they also don't disrespect, the gender they are identifying as while doing it. And these are the normal transgender people that genuinely just want to live their lives and want to be left alone and want
Yes.
nothing to do with your kids. And then you have this like woke, queer, trans, non binary mob come in and it's ruining it for them too.
100%
Yeah.
it is. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I believe that being trans is a very real thing, and I think that these people don't realize that
Mm,
they are doing a disservice to their entire community.
yeah. They're setting themselves back. It's they just don't see it, but they've already set themselves back several years. So,
It's so wild to me, and
and like as a gay person, uh, I see it because I've seen how society has reacted to gay people over the last 10 years, and I've seen the ebbs and flows, and it's to the point now where I myself even am experiencing problems because of my sexuality, because of what these people have done.
absolutely insane.
Crazy.
You posted a video and you were interviewing some people at I don't know if it was Pride or something, and you were talking about who was the first president who came into office supporting gay marriage, and I forget all the other questions that you asked, but I love I love when they get the answer. They're so mad.
They're just like, "Huh?" Like, they just their minds, you can see it melt and, like, just come out of their ears. Their mind your brain is just melting. They're like, "No way." I'm like, "Way."
You're like, yeah, yeah,
And then they're like, "Alright, well, I'm gonna beat you up now."
yeah.
Some of
Now,
them. Some of them
well,
are cool.
well, you're
Some of 'em,
you're ugly.
"We I'm that ugly and you did it."
Yeah,
Oh
that's
gosh.
what it sounds like.
Like a teen "I'm not touching you." That's what it sounds like.
Really drooling. I'm laughing so I'm
Yeah.
getting so hard that I'm crying. 'Cause you fat, you're ugly, you fat and ugly.
I know you pig. You racist
You gay racist.
faggot. They starts yelling slurs that if you yelled to them, they would literally scream and cry.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I have to say to them? You better not be fat and childless. You better have custody of your children because I will go there, you know? Like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna come for me, I'm gonna come for you.
yeah. Like, it's so like, it's not funny, but it's just, like, dealing dealing with people like that. It's so funny. I have a really crazy story about a trans person that I won't speak about publicly, but I'll tell you after,
Okay.
um, just because it involves, like, a lawsuit. And, it just, like, these people are so crazy, it's not funny, but it's funny. It's just, like, they get so crazy, especially when you give them the facts.
Yeah,
Like, they can't handle it.
they really can't. But like I
I
said earlier, cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there is none. And,
Yeah.
like, I've always been, the beauty supply that I used to go to in Ontario when I had my salon, there was a trans, woman, I guess you'll call her, and was very, like, not offended by anything and was very open when I would ask questions. Like, I was like, "Michaela, can I ask you, like, about this?" And she was very open, and I'll respect people's pronouns that are, like, norm
Legit. Yeah.
normal, you know? And, she was very open about her surgery. She didn't have, bottom surgery, but she had, her testicle I hate saying her testicles, but I tried to do respect people, but had
Oh,
her
no.
testicles her testicles removed, and I was like, "Why did you do that?" And then she told me, and I was like, "Okay," like, they do it so that they, don't have to take, testosterone blockers.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, that's cool." I was like, "But you know that you're a man, right?"
You still know that, though.
You You know that? But she was always very kind and very sweet, and it makes me feel for those people.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
calling yourself an ally, but, like, are you an ally?
It's so I've had people be like, "Oh, so you don't actually support trans people," because I refuse to entertain the idea of, like, kitty self and dog self and cloud self. I've literally been told, like, "You don't support trans people then." I'm like, "That's insulting to actual trans people, that you wanna identify as a cloud. Go get help."
Like, seriously, I mean, that all of those other,
The neo pronouns.
meow, like, come on. What are we doing? We're affirming they affirm children.
Yeah, these are just kids with too much internet time. That's what it comes down to.
That was the video that I saw a few weeks ago of that girl who was pretending to be a dog outside the store, and she got attacked by a dog.
I saw that. I saw that one.
It's like classic fuck around and find out.
FO moment, bro.
Like, you wanna be a dog? You just got fucking ate like a dog. And that's where it comes down to mental health too, is that people denying that they have mental health issues,
Yeah,
which is also an insult to people like myself and like you and I talked about, to who have had struggles with mental health.
yeah. It's it's definitely a slap in the face because you see these same people who are like, "Oh, and I'm struggling with this, this, and that," and it's like, you can't just go around giving yourself diagnoses.
Well, the thing
Like,
about mental health is that people usually that have mental health don't go around announcing that they have mental health
yeah,
issues.
it's not something that's, you know, often talked about.
Where they're like, "I have" and it's like, you don't sound like an advocate, you sound like you're making excuses for
A
your poor
victim.
behavior.
Mhm. Yeah, 100%. And I know people like, who are actually, struggling with certain things like this, and like you said, they don't talk about it. It's not
Well, you
something that is.
I would never think like what you told me earlier, I would never think that about you. I would never think that about you, but no one knows that about me either. Like, I struggled with anxiety, like debilitating anxiety when I was around your age.
Yeah, I think that's something that, like, I wanna this is something I wanna touch on more in the future, but when you start downplaying what it actually means to have these conditions, you start to affect the people who actually have these conditions. For ex Yeah, like, if, for example, I struggle with, OCD. I've also been diagnosed with PTSD. So
Mhm.
this causes a lot of anxiety issues. And the amount of times I see people on the internet being like, "My gosh, I'm so OCD. I'm so OCD. I have to like make sure everything's so neat and tidy and clean, everything." That's not OCD. You're just neat and tidy and clean. You know what OCD is? The fact that I have to knock 4 times every single time. The fact that I have to take 16 steps across the street, you know? That's OCD, and it completely diminishes and downplays, you know, the actual condition and people who are struggling with it.
Well, and the other thing too is like, so instead of helping people with their mental health, they're just affirming it
Yeah.
and not trying to help you cope with it. Like, if you went to a psychologist for those issues, then they would try and help you cope with it and find coping mechanisms. But when you go for those any type of like gender dysphoria or anything like that, they're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
you're so correct, and your
yes, you're
delusion
right."
is correct, and I'm just gonna tell you, you're anorexic and you don't like food. That's 100% valid, and I'm not gonna say that you should start eating.
And body dysmorphia is a real thing. I have
Like,
it.
yeah, like
And
these thoughts,
my
just delusion.
It's delusional, and, like, when I see people, I always feel like it's a body mind disconnect, and
Mhm.
because I know, like, I look in the mirror, my audience know this because 'cause I've talked about this before, is, like, I look in the mirror, right here, I don't see it because like, you can see the bone on my wrist and stuff, like, my do my arms look fat to you? Like, there's some little bone, like, little bony little hands, but when I look in the mirror, I see gigantic arms.
Yeah.
But I'm very self-aware that it's, like, so untrue, like, because I know, like, I look down in my body and I'm like, "My body looks small." I mean, I'm a little chunky right now, but I'm petite and I look small, like, I'm like, bony little hands and stuff like that, but I look in the mirror because
It's not
in the
what you
camera, I don't see it right now, but in the mirror,
Yeah.
I can see it, so I'm so self-aware of it. Like, if I went to a doctor, are they just gonna be like, "Yeah, your arms are fat."
Right. Right. Exactly. They would probably say, "Okay, well, it looks like you have an issue with how you view yourself. Where's the root cause of that and how can we treat it?"
Just like with your OCD, they're gonna try and find ways for you to have coping mechanisms. Like, why are we going in and affirming this shit? I had a detransitioner on, and she said at one point during her transition, she thought she was a robot and they were affirming her.
Are you serious?
I'm fucking dead serious. Courtney Colson. Yeah. It's on our episode. We talk about it. Could you imagine like walking into like a therapy appointment and being like, I am a trans robot?
And they're like, "Okay."
Okay, yes, you are.
Here's motor oil.
Yeah, seriously, like the fucking Tin Man in Wizard of Oz. Like, doctors, but being told that they have to.
There's actually a book that's coming out. It's called Gender Transition in Minors. It's by Joey Gilbert. Um, this man I've known my entire childhood, pretty much. He stood up for me as a child. He's an attorney, so he helped protect me in certain situations, and I actually wrote the foreword to this book. But
Amazing.
this book, we're gonna announce it officially soon, but he wrote this book with Dr. Peter McCullough. If you recognize that name, he did a lot of work with the COVID vaccine and reversing the spike proteins and whatnot. But this book actually has a section in there. It's targeted towards a lot of people. It's targeted towards people who want to transition, but they don't know what that entails. And it's not a book that's like bias in any way. It's simply just stating the facts. This is what happens. This is the developmental period, blah, blah, blah. But it also in this book, it addresses, it's for doctors, for the doctors who are starting to wake up and say, wait, how do I deal with patients who have this? I'm being told I have to affirm it. What's actually going on? So you brought that up, but yeah, doctors are being told they have to.
I know.
This book is one way that they can, if you're a doctor in that situation, read this book.
So I still do hair on Saturdays, and I have a client, she's a child therapist, and she said there's a patient that every week comes in wants to be a different gender, different name, and the parents are like, "Yeah, yeah, just go with it." I'm like, and she's like, as a child psychologist or therapist, she's like, I like she has to abide by the laws that are put in place, and she's like, for those that are listening, I'm just sitting here blinking because and not watching on YouTube because like she does like what do you even say to that? What do you even fucking say to that?
I feel bad for the people on the other side who feel hopeless, though. These people who know it's wrong, but like are being silenced and like can't do anything about it. Like,
And they can't do anything about it, right? And I think and what's really sad to see is, like, teachers so I used to have a lot of teacher clients who would say in kindergarten, they would tell me this, and people are like, "No, no one ever said that." I'm like, "Okay, so I'm lying. My client was lying, and we're just all lying. Everyone's lying." Um, they would say that in kindergarten, that they are to assume children are a they, them until they specify their preferred pronoun. Do you know do you know how old they are when they go into kindergarten in Ontario, Canada?
before
4, 4. And I was thinking to myself, so my daughter, did go to school, but she went to private school. She went to a Montessori for junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten. So I didn't send her to a daycare or anything like that. I had a nanny come to the house on the days that I was in the salon. And then, yeah, she went to Montessori. Um, because of reasons like that, like the things clients were telling me. The other one left working as a school administrator in high school because she was told to lie to the parents about, like if Sarah came to school and wanted to be John, they weren't allowed to tell the parents, so she quit. But some people, like the teacher who told me they have to assume that kids are they them, she's like, "I can't quit. I need my job."
that
And she
is,
can't say anything.
yeah, I don't think people understand the extent of how deep this ideology really goes.
They
Like,
don't,
it ruins lives. Like even down to your friend saying, I need this job." People being forced to go along with it because it's their livelihood.
because they need a job. Yeah.
It's like the same as the vaccine. Take it,
Yeah.
or you know.
Or else. Now, a lot of people know this about me as I did take it, and not Like, not because I was like, "I really need this vaccine." I went 2 years without seeing my family, and I am like, family is everything. Like, my family and friends are like if you're my friend, you're my family, and if I have to go 2 years without seeing you, I was like, "Just give it to me. If that's what I need to do to travel to the next province, I don't fucking care. I need to see my family. I'm going insane." So I took it. And, when all of those lockdowns were happening, we were closed for 7 months out of the entire, like, all of the like, the 2 years that things were crazy.
Mhm.
And I'm a multiple six-figure business, like, we lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. And I was doing, like, the bare minimum at my business when it came to, like, all of the stuff they wanted us to do, like, they were like, "Oh, you have to buy this special PPE, and you have to buy, like, these markers for the floor." I used painter's tape. They wanted me to put, partitions in between the stations. It was all a money grab.
That's all it was.
Well, I was like, "My stations are 6 feet apart, I'm not p putting partitions in between them."
COVID was just man, nothing's been the same since, but everyone involved in that vaccine rollout needs to be tried and charged for crimes against humanity. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Fauci's pardoned." Okay, doesn't mean he is in another country. That's what people fail to realize. It's like, "Well, Fauci got pardoned." Doesn't mean Russia won't do it. Doesn't mean another country won't do it, which I
Well,
hope they do,
he's
but
wouldn't he be considered an elite? Of course he got pardoned.
yeah. It's just man, COVID, yeah.
It was a scary, tough time. I don't remember what we were talking about before we started talking about that,
I don't know,
but
I started having flashbacks to shutdowns, and I'm like,
no.
I was having a mind warp yesterday. My friend was like, "Dude, COVID was over 6 years ago." And I was like, "COVID is closer to being a decade away than like." I told her, I was like, "I swear we must have jumped into some other, like,
Timeline.
timeline because nothing has been the same since, and it just keeps getting worse."
It keeps getting worse, and I feel like there is gonna be there is a divide. And it's an intentional divide between they try and create this right versus left, division, and, they to pin people against each other, and
I mean, what better time to do that than COVID? When you have them all in their house, isolated, kept to themselves, they don't have anyone that could challenge these ideas for months and months and months. You start feeding them ideas on their algorithm through AI, which is, psyop after psyop. This has been proven to be true. These Chinese bots, especially TikTok, is one of the worst ones. There's
Mhm.
no better time and opportunity to radicalize individuals than 2020. And I think
Right?
that's a part of that is why we're here.
100%, and I think it's sad to see people divided solely for what they believe. It's like that guy that you followed, that sport guy
But yeah,
with
I
the
know.
really annoying voice,
Yeah,
what's
him.
his name? What's his name? I went and looked at it because you posted it, and I was like, "Oh,
That
he's
was
so
wild.
annoying, I could never listen to this guy." But,
That
like,
was wild.
that was wild because we're in a time where being different, having different views about, different topics is so frowned upon. Like, I don't know if you've caught any of the clips that I've posted this week from the podcast, but I had my friend Bree on, and she's a lefty. Like, she believes trans women are women, and I hate that about her, but I don't hate her.
Yeah, I think people have just gotten to the point of dehumanizing one another, which is so sad because I remember even back in 2020, I went to go vote for Donald Trump and my friend went with me and she voted for Biden. And that was fine. We went together, we voted, and the 2024 election came around. She lives in Reno because that's where I'm from. I had seen her literally 4 months prior, and we were hanging out because I went to visit Reno. Everything was fine. The election came around. The day after, the morning after, I was blocked on everything. And this was a friend of 10 years at this point, blocked on everything, not a word, never spoken to again. That's what radicalization does.
That's so sad, right?
Yeah.
And the episode with Bree comes out on Tuesday. I hope you watch it because it's a really great example of 2 people who have very opposing views, but align on so many other topics.
That's just what we need. It's like people need to be able to realize and see that there's a lot more commonalities and similarities between people
Well,
than
and
kind
that's
of
just
opposite.
it. Like, we have so much more in common than that one thing. Like,
I think overall right now we can all agree we're sick of the government and, like, the elitists, and we kinda just wanna be done being ruled by everyone else but our actual people. I think we
Yeah.
can all agree on that right now at least, right? Like,
Yes.
why are we nitpicking these little tiny things to hate each other over? Like, these whatever it may be, even within the right themselves now. The right is divided in 2 different parties. You have MAGA, and now you have America First, you know? Like,
Yes.
they are
Yes.
successfully dividing even within the parties now, and if you guys don't wake up and see what's going on, you're gonna end up dead.
Well,
Because radicalization leads to dehumanization, which leads to wars and death. So wake up!
and why don't they see it? Why
It's
don't they see it?
it's
Like,
scary that they
so
don't see it.
I'm American. I am a dual citizen, so I'm a citizen of both countries. So I had someone commenting on a post the other day saying, "Well, I believe this account is here to divide Canadians." That I'm actually American. I don't live in Canada, and that I'm in America trying to divide Canadians. That's the point of my account. And I was like, I talk about American stuff because I am American. I am a citizen, and all three of my children are American citizens. So we love America and we love Canada. I'm allowed to like both places, you know? I
Right.
mean, we're turning into like North Korea, but that's a whole other conversation. But people are so hell bent on trying to create division. And I replied to his comment with a video and I was like, it's comments like this that create divide. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
making
It's
assumptions about people and who they are based on what they number one they talk about on social media. Like, I am so much more than what I talk about on social media.
I think that's what people fail to see too. It's like you see these people on the internet and there's so much more behind it. We're more than just politics or this and that. It's just this much of us, you know? It's
Yeah.
just what we happen to do.
Yeah. Well, I like if I don't post about ideology, politics, or conspiracies, I don't get any reach. And we talked about this earlier, and it's like I don't care because people are like, "Oh, this video only got 1,000 views, and you must have bought all your followers."
It's like, no, it's just that's how the algorithm works, bro. It's how the
Because
algorithm
and
works.
I'm allowed to just post whatever the fuck I want. I just can talk about whatever I want, do whatever I want with my platform.
Authenticity will go a lot farther down the road. Because when it comes down to it, when people come down to it, because things are going to shift again, and people are going to start looking for who can I look to? Because right now we're in a very media heavy world where people don't even watch the news anymore except for the boomers. They're getting all their information from the internet. And then you had Charlie Kirk's death and a boom of people who wanted to start doing this, but half the people who are doing this genuinely don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. And they're not doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it because they want fame, they want clout, they want the followers, they want the reach. I see it every day. I've seen so many people come up since Charlie Kirk died and blow up and they don't even have shit to say. And it pisses me off, to be honest, as you can tell, 'cause I'm getting irritated. But the times are going to shift again and people are going to start realizing, like, who am I going to look to? Because half these people on the internet, I can tell now, then people are starting to do it now. They're not trustworthy. They're just doing it for clicks and views. And in the long run, what you're doing, and, I'm going to post whatever I want. People are going to look for that authenticity and they're going to start going towards those people instead because they stood by their values even through the heat and the backlash.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And when you had said earlier about losing your friend there, I think the more authentic you become and the more you put that out into the world, the more people just drift away and drop out of your life. But what I've found, and I'm sure you found the same thing, is that being more bold and just really truly not giving a fuck,
Mhm.
the most authentic, beautiful people show up in your life, like stalkers, like me. Just kidding.
Yeah, guys, she showed up at my front door this morning. She's actually in my bedroom recording this right now. I'm in the closet locked in here. Please help.
Have a backdrop. Yeah, this is not my house.
Please help. I waited to minute 59 to ask for help, guys. If you're listening until now, send me a DM telling me you heard it. Like, you're coming to help me. This will be a real test to see who listened all the way through. If you're listening this far, send me a DM telling me that you heard this part of the podcast.
Thank you.
I'll follow
Yes.
you.
So funny. But it's so true, right? Like,
Yeah.
you meet the most genuine, amazing people, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start this podcast is just to have, like, really great conversations and connect with like-minded people because you never know, number 1, what opportunities are gonna bring something amazing into your life. And you never know what kind of people you're going to meet that will bring the most amazing relationships and opportunities into your life. Like, you just don't know.
Mhm.
Like, people are so quick to judge based on following counts and
That's
Uh,
what I had to tell someone the other day, because he's like, "Oh, this person followed me, this person followed me, they have so many followers," and I told him, I said,
who
"Stop looking at how many
cares?
followers they have because half those people are so disingenuine anyways, like, they're not genuine, you're gonna meet them in person, maybe one day, and you're gonna find that they're not all that.
Yeah.
Who cares how many followers they have? Just be
Doesn't
you,
matter.
bro."
Yeah, I made a video not that long ago about one of my favorite creators who's just is like a lifestyle content creator, and he was dogging on someone for having like a very small amount of followers, and I was like, "Oh, I really liked you, and now you're like got a lot of followers and you think you're cool." And it just like
Yeah, no, a lot of
vanity
people
metrics don't matter.
these people don't understand, like, as someone who I've seen the inside workings of this. The first time I saw it was the inauguration. After the inauguration, I went to an inauguration party that was sponsored by TikTok, and it was put on by conservative influencers, and I literally was there for 20, 30 minutes, and I said, "I'm leaving. I want nothing to do with this." I was so disgusted. One girl came up to me and told me how she was waiting on this man to be finished talking to his wife so that he could buy her drink. And I was so disgusted. I'm like, I don't want to. These are the people I'm around. I literally got up. I looked at her and I said, "Okay," and I walked away.
You're
And
like, ugh,
I've seen like I've been to these, and it's just the people that you're idolizing. There's some really genuine people out there on the
for
internet.
sure.
The only
Yeah,
person that I love who I've met over and over who's genuinely really sweet, Riley Gaines. Like she's amazing.
yeah.
But you guys need to stop idolizing all these people on the internet because I promise you, half of them, they're literally just looking. You're just a number to them. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they don't actually care.
Yeah. Stop idolizing people you've never met.
Yeah, well, and following follower count, it just
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, you know, and I've even experienced it trying to get guests on the podcast because it's a newer show, so it's like, you know, I don't have a
Yeah.
million, YouTube subscribe I think I have like 64 YouTube subscribers or something like that. So we have good listening on, Spotify. So since I started, I think I've had like 400 streams and downloads, which is pretty good, I
Unbelievable.
think. But people look at stuff like that, and I've had people on, "Oh, well, what's your audience size?"
Yeah, I don't I that never made sense to me. That's never something I've asked. If
Me
someone reaches out to
neither.
me and says, "Hey, would you wanna be on my podcast?" Thank you so much. Yes. I don't care, like,
No, because you don't know what opportunity or what sort of I've had people on my show that now I'm such good friends with.
right.
Like,
It's not just about how many views you're gonna get out of the podcast. Like, I've done podcasts with other people, like, before who I'm genuinely like, I still talk to them now, and we're like,
yeah.
friends, like, come on. Come
I
on,
I
y'all.
I know, and it's like I've had people say yes, and then we'll go to schedule a time, and then they just they just never message me again and leave me on red.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah, no, I think you're doing a good thing. You're doing a good thing.
I mean, I think
And
so.
yeah.
For a fat, ugly mom who's
Don't say that.
who's trying to divide Canada, I think I'm doing
Who doesn't have eyebrows?
who has no eyebrows.
Who has no eyebrows whatsoever.
I mean, there's a few.
Doing good for an eyebrowless mom to agree.
Fuck. Oh god.
This is
Oh.
hilarious.
So good, so good. I've never laughed this hard on a recording ever in my life.
Sorry, guys, you turned into a comedy show today.
I mean, you said it first.
That's
You said
right.
you were turning into a political comedian.
Yeah, we're not doing commentary anymore. It's draining. Just laugh
It
instead.
is draining though.
You just need to laugh and cry at how
It
horrible everything is.
yeah, just listen to this episode and
Right.
hopefully you will. But it is draining. People don't understand like my goal in life is always to like help people show up authentically, use their voice for whatever it is. Maybe you want to create content, maybe you want to sell online courses, whatever it is that you want to do. And I think that you know, when you do post stuff that's a little more controversial, it can be like really draining for your mental health. Like it's tough. We lost her. We're having technical difficulties. Okay, guys, we're back for our exit.
We're back. I'm on a different cam right now, and I can't sit in my normal setup, but hello, we're back.
Okay, good. So hopefully we won't lose it when we stop recording. It'll do an uploading thing and then it'll be good.
It turned off, and I went, "Fuck,"
We're like, imagine we lose this gold
I
fucking episode
know.
that we just did.
Right? Oh my gosh. I don't even care if I'm ending on this like 720p Mac cam. As long as that stuff stays. Hey y'all.
Honestly, it will record. So Riverside is amazing. If you ever want a podcast, I got you, girl. I will tell you all my tips and tricks. Not that I'm the best, but I'll still help you. Riverside does everything in high quality. So even if you were using like a shittier camera or whatever, it uploads all in like high def, and I can manipulate the sound to make your sound really like good. So it's like the best software.
Sweet.
But anyways, guys, we had some technical
Sorry.
difficulties. We are back for our exit. I always ask our guests, if you could leave our audience with one thing, what would it be?
It's time to start finding similarities amongst each other rather than differences to divide over because we're to a point where we can't afford that anymore.
Right?
Hmm.
Right? Yeah. That's so good. That's so true. Just use your voice.
Yes. Speak up.
Speak up and be open to getting to know someone beyond what they believe about politics or ideology.
There's a whole
Like,
person behind there.
there's a whole person behind that. Like, listen, like Michaela at the beauty supply store. I did not agree with half the shit that she was doing, but I was like, you're kind, you're respectful, you always help me when I'm in the store, you're very sweet, you carry stuff out to the car for me, like just the sweetest thing, you know? And I think that that's important for people to do, to listen. We might have lost Mickey again. I'm not sure because she's frozen again. Oh, no, I can hear you. We're good. We're going to wrap up this episode because we're having some technical
Yeah, before we lose it.
difficulties so that we
Sorry.
can get it uploaded so that you guys can actually fucking listen to
Yeah,
it.
before we lose it.
And before we actually lose it, thank you so much for tuning in. Literally. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you made it to the end of this episode, be sure to message us and let us know. We want to hear from you. And we'll see you guys next time.
And thank you for having me, by the way.